Hello, this is Nitro, and we are back with another video. Today I'll be playing Snowrunner, which is an off-roading game. I decided to play it since I had the wheel, and I thought it'd be convenient just to play it. But anyway, what we're going to be doing is starting out in this world that I have. Right now, I'm going to be doing some scouting. Right now, we just hit a watchtower. But also, I only have 2 mods installed, and that is or 3, I forget. But they're all just scouts because I don't like the Tuz 2 being the meta as far as off-roading goes. But anyway, so first we got to find an upgrade, I believe, if I haven't already. So we're gonna go to the map and see. So there is the place beyond the spruces. That's a fun mission. But it appears that I've already received the upgrade. So we could go to Alaska now, or we could get the Scout. I think the Scout would probably be the best option. So let's just clear our route. And now what we're going to want to do is head up to the highway. And then over here. And then I believe it's up this way. But we're probably going to want to hit the watchtower first. What's up with this? There. We're going to want to hit the watchtower first. So let's go. So highway driving is alright in this. I feel like it could be a tad easier because it seems to be a bit more sensitive. That might just be the wheel. But anyway, yeah, let's head up to where the Scout is. And if you don't already know, the Scout is probably the best vehicle that you can use as a Scout in the early game. And it's actually based off of a real-life vehicle that isn't made anymore. And IRL, it's actually extremely valuable due to the fact that they aren't made anymore, and they're actually halfway decent off-roaders in real life, too. They're like Jeeps, but not made by Jeep. And, yeah, it's actually overall a great vehicle in real life, and in the game it's also one of the best until you unlock the Hummer, which is a I think most of us know what a Hummer is. It's the Jeep but heavier and better, and it was in the military. So we'll probably unlock that once we get to the Alaska, but it's pretty hard to unlock, so it's not going to be something we'll be able to do immediately. So for now, we want to get the Scout. Now, I'm thinking that we don't actually use my modded Doom buggies or anything till later. But for now, I want to try to play with the regular ones until it gets, like, extremely hard. But I don't think the Scouts that I'm using as mods are going to work very well as towing vehicles. So that's one thing. Because I don't like those super OP non-Scout vehicles. I feel like it's the only vehicle that should be able to easily do anything at once is a Scout. Sorry about that swerving. As I said, highway driving can be a bit hard. But yeah. Also, it's a new year now, so I hope you're all having fun. My goal is actually to bench press 250 pounds by the end of the year. I don't know if it's a possible goal, but I'm definitely going to try to find out, and hopefully I'll make it close, because let's say I wasn't able to bench 250, and I was only able to bench 200 by the end of the year. I've still made it so far. I'm definitely not going to regret it. So that's sort of my plan. I also want to do some other things. They're very minor and not really something that you would understand without context. So, probably gonna not talk about those. But the bench pressing goal is pretty good. And, yeah, I might have like a weightlifting competition or something near to the, I believe the middle of the year. So, hopefully that will also give me some reason to do it. Try to achieve the goal. Whoops. But anyway, I highly recommend strength training if you're a guy because it really helps your mood. But anyway, right now we're just going to have to drive a little bit further up, and hopefully I don't destroy my engine all the way before we get there. But really, I think all the engine damage does is hurt your fuel efficiency, and that shouldn't be a problem since we're doing something that's extremely short, I believe. But yeah, I highly recommend strength training because it can help your mood a lot, and it also feels good to be able to do things that you couldn't do before. And then you also sometimes look better when you're more muscular. Anyway, so right now we're going to have to fuel up since I have already lost 2 gallons of gas and every gallon counts, so to speak. But anyway, I might play Space Engineers, but I'll have to get a request for that in the comments because I'm not sure it's a game that would get much popularity unless my current subscribers, meaning you, hopefully you, if not, subscribe. But my current subscribers request it because it wouldn't get many views from outside of my current fan base. So definitely request that in the comments if you want Space Engineers. It's like No Man's Sky, but with a bunch of engineering in it and less planets. And that's about all that it is. I wish there were more in the vanilla game, more other people, in more computer NPC type ships, but in the base game there isn't as much of that. I'm not incredible at it, but it definitely helped that I've played games like TerraTech. Sort of gets me used to the idea of building a machine out of blocks completely from scratch. Now I believe this is where we're going to want to go to the watchtower from. Anyway, so this area should be doable if we're in 4-wheel drive. Maybe one downshift. There we go. But yeah, definitely request any games that you want to see in the comments. I'm not really playing any rated M titles, but if you're talking about some of the tamer or more normal simulator type games or engineering games, I really like those types. I also like exploring games. Satisfactory is on my radar, but I don't know if I have the money to get it right now. But yeah, that's definitely a game that's on my radar. By the way, if you're wondering what my avatar is, that's Dr. Livesey. If you don't know who that is, it's a person from the book called Treasure Island, and there was a Russian cartoon made about the book, I guess, and Dr. Livesey was one of the characters. But not Russian like bad Russian. It was a long time ago, so I'm not sure how that all shaked out. But the video is definitely good. If you watch it with English subtitles, it's pretty funny. Anyway, let's continue. So, right now, we just have to get to the scout, which is just up this hill. And, oh, should I play in first person? This is actually kind of neat. Nah, I don't want to play in first person. I think it's also annoying for you, the viewer. If you want to see more Minecraft, I might be doing like a mod pack playthrough or something. Like defeating the Ender Dragon in a mod pack. I'm not sure how easy that would be. I also don't know how much effort that would take because I kind of like to just sit down, record, and then edit it, and then post it. I don't like having to do a multiple day recording session and then a multiple day potentially editing session. But I've always wanted to try and see what it'd be like to do that. So maybe we could do like an attempt at 100 days. I don't know how popular that is anymore. But yeah, I could see if I could even survive 100 days. I don't know how good I am at it, actually. I don't think I could make it 100 days without some help. We could always do, I played 100 days of Minecraft and just forget the hardcore part. That'd be funny. Or you could put it on, or I could just cheat it like all the other YouTubers. I would never cheat, but I'm just joking about it. But yeah, it's pretty hard to do 100 days of actual hardcore Minecraft. Don't let the YouTubers that do like 1,000 days and stuff make you lose sight of that. Unless you get totems pretty quickly, it's pretty hard. Now, mod packs, on the other hand, they can make it easier or harder depending on how well you know how to play them. And in my case, I've not really researched any of the bigger mod packs that are being used right now, so I wouldn't know. Oh man, that's bad. Anyway, let's just continue our way up. But yeah, modded Minecraft can be interesting. I could also try pulling all my hair out in RL Craft, but I'm sure that would get way too annoying, way too fast. Definitely not going to torture myself unless, like, you guys really wanted it. So yeah, I would love feedback for video suggestions. Yeah, I'm really damaging myself, but it's not going to matter much longer. So what we're going to do is we're just going to collect our scout, and then we're going to recover. And then probably go to Alaska. So let's just retain this, go to the map, click scout, enter it, and recover. Now we're headed to Alaska. I'll see you there. Alright, and I was thinking maybe we could sell our Chevy and get one of the nice modded off-roaders. So I have, I believe, this one. I have the R&R Customs whatever. I believe that's a parody of a real-life Doom buggy. And then we got this Prower buggy, which looks incredibly nice. I don't know if you can filter by mod. Okay, yeah. Here, these are the mod ones I have. I think I'm going to try to buy one of these two by selling the Chevy for now. So, truck storage. We're going to go... Actually, let's sell the GMC. Because I don't like the GMC. Anyway, let's buy... The Delta. That one, the Doom buggy. I feel like the other one will have a better fuel capacity. Let's buy this one. The Prower buggy. Purchase. And then we're going to go truck storage, Prower buggy, and let's customize it. So the Eat box is something we're not going to use. I previewed this vehicle. It's OP, so we're not going to use that one, but we can buy these two because they're more normal. Right now we're going to go with stock. I don't know if we should... Let's just leave the engine and stuff the same. I might want to do some visual. I don't know what that does, but we'll leave it on. And color, I think we're just going to want to go with basic, I don't know, red. Yeah, sure, red. And let's go. So that thing's loud. Oh wow, this thing is loud. It's big too. Okay, so I think the LED light strip is the thing beneath. Let's turn our lights on. There we go. Wow, this thing's loud. Anyway, let's just find a watchtower and head over there. I don't think this is too OP, but we're definitely going to drive this Doom buggy a little bit. Oh, its gas mileage, though, is just over the top. Incredible. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we'll keep it. I think it's fine to have mods. And this Doom buggy is kind of nice. I like it. Now, the tires appear to be very soft, because I think I just saw one of them get nearly flat just by a little bit of a bounce. Now, one thing with these Doom buggies is you got to worry about shock absorber damage very poorly, because they tend to like to do weird stuff with the shocks. Can take snow well, though. Yeah, it's a little OP, but I doubt it has any pulling power. That's probably its redeeming factor. Anyway, let's just head up this trail here. It's kind of beautiful, the Alaska terrain. Anyway, let's just find our way to the... Oh, crud. Let's just find our way to the watchtower. And we're almost there. Yeah, this thing's a little OP, but I think it's fine. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Alright, and that's the first, milestone. But yeah, that's Dr. Livesey. Anyway, so we're probably gonna wanna... Actually, those tunnels are worth discovering. But first, let's try to find our way over to that next one. No, I forgot. So there's gonna be like a pipe mission over there about fixing a broken pipe. So what we're gonna wanna do is head up to this point here. And then head up that, which is possible. Go to the watchtower, and then we'll do the pipe mission. Because there's this, like, broken pipe that you have to repair in order to cross the river. And that's going to be, not the river, cross the line. There's a cheatsy way to do it, but that only works with scouts. You couldn't possibly drive a GMC or the other guy that we have. I forget what you call it. But you couldn't drive any of our hauling vehicles over there, so that's out of the question. So let's just head up to the waypoint. This thing can be a little bit rough to control, but it's a lot of fun. Back up. You know what? Actually, this seems a bit OP. I feel almost a little bit guilty. We're gonna sell this. Okay, so I had a little bit of a mic issue there. I don't know why. Anyway, we're gonna sell this because I feel a bit guilty. That doesn't seem non-OP. So we're gonna stick to vanilla, as I said. Back to the scout, which is probably the best. And we're going to put on... You know what? We're not even going to go to the watchtower. We're just going to go straight to the pipe. But anyway, I like to pick off-road for the tires. And then we're just going to sell these. And let me just tune this thing, and then I'll see y'all afterwards. Now, this thing can be a bit tipsy, but it is... I did install the autonomous winch, meaning if our engine does go out, we can still use the winch. But anyway, we're just going to head up the highway up to where the pipe is, and then we'll see what we can do from there. Now, this one does not have a differential, which is technically a good thing. And that means that we'll be a little bit more capable off-roading, because what a differential does is it says, to a certain degree, it says whichever wheel has an easier time moving, put all your power into that wheel. And if you're off-roading, that can be bad, because if one of your wheels goes up in the air, it will put too much power in there. But there's something called resistance on your differential, and that means that it tops out at, say, 70% of your power being in one wheel. So that way, if you did have one wheel float in the air, the other wheel wouldn't completely stop. And you can adjust that sort of difference on a real car. Different cars have different resistance levels and stuff. But yeah, for off-roaders, it's best to lock it, but that can also cause unnecessary stress on the axle. But when they come like that in Snowrunner, they don't usually have that issue. Now here's the pipe that I was telling you about. I believe it's actually a task now that I think of it. So we're just going to go map, tasks, and yeah, it's for these people. So it just requires service spare parts, which you can actually find right here. So we're not going to use the scout for collecting those. You could though if you used the trailer. I'm going to use this thing, and let me just tune this thing real fast. Alright, and so now we're all set up. We're going to head out and get those service spare parts. And the best part about this mission is that we're going to actually make a little bit of money off of doing this mission, and we're going to be benefiting ourselves because we'll be opening up a lot of the map to exploration. So I think we're just going to head down there and see what we can do. By the way, my recording software that I use, OBS, got a really nice update, and so I've definitely been enjoying that. And what it does is it just smooths out the interface and HUD, and it makes it look a lot nicer, more fun to use. And so, yeah, hopefully we'll be doing a bit more of that. Right now, we're just playing this. So this thing does have this vehicle, I forget what it's called, sorry, has an engageable all-wheel drive on it. So that's handy, but it can get stuck a lot because most of these types of trucks in Snowrunner have horrible tires on them. So we're not doing anything there. But anyway, I think after we fix the pipe, I'm not sure. I think I want to go for like maybe a 30 to 40 minute episode for this instead, because it's Snowrunner and it's more of a simulation game. That's probably what we'll do. But if I played something like Space Engineers, we'd probably go for more cuts and do something like a 10 or 15 minute video. Also, we'll probably want to accept this task while we're here. So the way tasks work is you can accept them and then just never worry about them and nothing bad will happen. So just don't click start tracking, because if you do, it will not allow you to see your current mission. But that is how tasks work, and so we're going to try to accept as many as we can if we see them. Now, we're almost to the pipe, and once we get there, I shouldn't have recovered the scout because we could have just picked up where we left off. But once we're to the pipe, we'll be able to continue. Also, a lot of the Alaska map doesn't have a garage, so it's best to sort of set up a base of operations at, say, a gas station or something. And that's where you actually have to worry about owning multiple trucks and not just the ones that you're currently using. Because when you have a base like that, then you can tow your vehicles back to it, you can repair, whatever you want to do. But I'm not sure how this map's set up. I forget the other maps of this map. You know, so the way Snowrunner works, if you don't already know, there's a world map, there's different nations that you can go to, different areas, and then within those areas there's multiple maps, and you can go through tunnels to access those maps. And some maps don't have garages, as I said. So yeah, you definitely want to set up a base in one of those non-garaged maps to sort of help your other vehicles if you ever have to go down there. And that's where money comes in, so we have to earn some of that. And this is going to be a little bit harder. As I said, the tires are awful, so you'll notice we're not getting that much like actual application. So it might help if I actually lowered my acceleration to help the tires get a bit more grip. It actually appears to be working. I'm only pushing the throttle a little bit and it's working just as well as if I were flooring it. Like I literally am flooring it and I'm flooring it. It's not changing anything. There we go. Now the flooring it actually seems to... Yeah, it's going to help on the highway though, because you don't want to be going too slow. Actually, you do want to be going slow on the highway, and I should be being careful because, yeah, if you're on the highway, you're very apt to damage. Anyway, we're going to stop here. Cargo management, unload. Hey, we got another rank up. Alright, so that actually doesn't look hard. Oh, it actually might be. That jingle's kind of annoying. Anyway, so we're just gonna go to that watchtower. So we're probably gonna want to recover the GMC. So, recover, retain, truck store, click this thing, leave garage. Let's head out. So we're just gonna head up past the pipe and see if we can get to that watchtower. As I said, probably a dumb idea not to leave it right by the pipe so that when we repaired it we didn't have to make the whole trip back. But hey, it makes for good content, I guess. Anyway, let's back up because definitely don't want to deal with this. And forward. So four-wheel drive, it's definitely less fuel efficient, but we do have fuel on top. As I said, this vehicle is a little bit tipsy, so you gotta be careful when you're off-roading, but we're on road, so we should be fine. But it also does affect its performance a little bit. I've never really used it though without the refrac, and I'm kind of insecure about not, because I'm worried we'll run out of gas. Like for example, we're already at 19 gallons. I'm not sure if that's just natural, like most games do it where the instant you're 19.9, it's all the way down to 19. I don't know. But anyway, we're not going to worry about that. Yeah, let's just head down to the watchtower and see what we can find. So, for the most part, I really enjoy this game because of the realism, to a certain degree, realism in the graphics. But, like, because it seems so real. But, I'm not like extremely happy with the like physics and the way the vehicles drive. I feel like that could be improved potentially, but definitely enjoy the game. Now, I have been off-roading once or twice in my life, but nowhere really near, well, not nowhere near, but like, I don't really have access to a place to off-road frequently, but I've been off-roading. And vehicles do bounce around a lot when you're off-roading, so the bounciness of this is definitely not unrealistic, even though it looks like it. So that's something they don't need to fix. But like, you see, like this vehicle, it's always got, its shocks are everywhere, it's kind of bouncing a lot. Like right there, that seems normal. Like right here when we're hitting the water, it's moving around a lot, that's completely normal. That's how it is when you're in a off-roading trail of any sort, even if it's not rocky. But you gotta be careful with rocks as well, which is, this game really emphasizes that, about being careful about dealing with rocks, because in real life that's also an issue, because you hit a rock and you're getting some serious scratches on your vehicle and potentially some damage. And I just realized we're fighting our winch. Let me just turn around and let's release the winch. And I think we might... This is so hard. Alright, let's back up. Let's back up. Let's back up. But anyway. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be hitting a rock, ever. In real life or in Snowrunner. That's one of the things that they get very right. So yeah, I don't really have any actual complaints. It's more just I feel like it could feel realer. Now, BeamNG, it's not... It's less realistic, technically, but the physics are more realistic. But in general, the game seems a bit less realistic than Snowrunner. But they do have a lot more physics simulation in that game, but I feel like if you did that in a high graphic game like Snowrunner, it could cause lag issues or something. Anyway, let's check the map. I forget. Which button to use? Actually, I think we went the wrong way. So we crossed that river for absolutely no reason. So that's great to hear. Thankfully, we aren't running low on gas or anything. I believe our roof rack has enough to refuel us twice and a half or once and a half, I forget. Anyway, let's head down that other road. Actually, okay, we don't need to. Let's just cross the river the way we did. But yeah, BeamNG has a lot nicer physics and stuff, but it's technically a lower overall rating for realism. Also, I really liked games like No Man's Sky, but I'm realizing that I actually enjoy a lot more games where you actually build your spaceship and build stuff. So, games like Satisfactory, Space Engineers, maybe Tectonica, haven't really tried that one yet. Yeah, they're really nice. Also, I found out that Space Engineers, it's very complicated, but if you find cobalt, well, I guess that's too specific for a Snowrunner video. Yeah. Anyway, we're almost to the watchtower. I don't feel like this is going to be as much of an issue as I foresaw it as being. But if we get this watchtower, we should have about half the map visible, and that'd be very good to start doing some actual work. Okay, crashed a bit. Let's just cross the river. Okay, we're stuck. Let's just see. Is there any place... No. No visible winch attachment points. And... am I able to reverse out of this? Okay. Yeah, this is not... No, this ain't working. Well, I'm gonna get unstuck and then I'll, actually, no, we're gonna make it out of this. slowly. So yeah, I'm gonna get unstuck and then I'll tell y'all when. Oh, we got a winch attachment point. So I tried instead of backing out. Oh. Alright, never mind. I'll tell you when we make it. Alright, so I'm giving up on that. So I guess, we could try this watchtower, definitely. So let's just set a waypoint and click the watchtower. So I'll head down the highway and then I'll tell you when I get to something interesting. Alright, so we made it up the highway and it looks like there's going to be a bridge repair. So we're going to see what it requires and if it requires anything more than a couple spare parts. Nope, not doing it. Anyway, we'll just try to off-road around it and if it doesn't work, I'll probably end the video in rage. Hey, the river was rocky, so that meant that it wasn't too hard of a surface to cross. So that means that we can continue on our way to the watchtower. So I think I'll probably keep recording this part because we're almost there anyway. So let's just check our map, and it looks like we could probably do something over there, but if we continue this way, there might be something as well. I don't know the actual map, and I feel like it'd be cheating to look up a PDF of it or something. But anyway, let's continue. So, this highway's been a pretty smooth ride. I've only destroyed my engine a little bit, which is pretty good, because it keeps us fuel efficient. And since we've recovered, none of the gas in my roof rack has been used yet. And thankfully in this game, unless you're playing hardcore mode, gas does not cost money. So, yay that. But anyway, hopefully this trail... it looks like, okay, so if I remember this map correctly, it's going to head up to a mountain, and this mountain's going to be hard to climb, and then we're going to hit the watchtower. So I think this is the harder route to go, so that should make for more interesting content, right? So let's just head our way up. And yeah, so right now pretty smooth sailing, and we shouldn't have any issues. Now, as far as repairing that bridge, I don't think we're going to. So I have this weird thing where I always fuse two words that I'm going to say together. So like I was going to say gonna, and I was going to say going to. So I say gonna to or something. That's just weird. But anyway, we're going to climb the hill. Yeah. And I'm probably not going to repair the bridge unless there's a mission that requires something across this bridge and I need to get over. So, not right now, essentially. Plus, I don't think we have somewhere to get metal beams from yet. Now, I probably will play Snowrunner off camera, but definitely might do sessions on camera. Maybe even live stream again. I don't know. So, currently, I'm no longer using Ethernet, and I've been receiving some instability with my dongle. But I did something recently to stop with the inconsistency, which was what I made the tutorial on, because I thought, why not show everybody how I fixed it? And I did get it from someone else, actually not someone else, someone's else, because I watched like 50 tutorials and they all said the same thing. I was like, alright, if that's all I gotta do. So can't really give credit on that, but I think my video has decent quality compared to the other tutorials, so that's why I made, because I think mine's better. And I feel like if you think your content's like trash, then you shouldn't post it necessarily, but it's good for the practice. But I'm saying stuff like tutorials, if you think every other tutorial guy did it better, then why would you want yours making people confused while somebody else is able to legitimately help them? So in my case, I think my tutorial was clear enough that I could potentially legitimately help them. And that's pretty much the big fix. The one that I showed in that tutorial is the big fix that I used. And it helped fix my computer. Yeah. But anyway, let's continue up this hill. Also, I was thinking of maybe doing a tutorial for the Citra DS emulator. I'm pretty sure I know how to do it legally. And, yeah, it's pretty simple to do. So I thought I could show it off. but I'll have to revise my own memory on it because I don't actually play DS emulators that much. If I emulate anything, it's probably like PlayStation, because you can't get PlayStation games on PC, so it's better to legitimately rip PlayStation games onto a PC, and of course you own a PlayStation, so you're justified for doing so. I'm totally not saying this just so I don't get sued, but it's very good to legitimately emulate. Get the permission from the developers and whatnot. All that stuff. Anyway, we discovered the watchtower, and yeah, that basically uncovered all the map. And then this Royal BM17, not the best truck, but it's worth a lot of money. And then this upgrade, I believe that's for the Hummer, and it's pretty good. Now, the Hummer mission isn't actually just finding the Hummer. You actually have to tow it. It's a pretty hard mission. I might show that on camera. I might not. But, again, this is all. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Do all the things. Tell me if the subscribe button turned rainbow, because I think it might. But I don't know. I will see y'all later. I've been Nitro Fueled 505. Bye.